Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, 2026 has come early because I have jumped the gun and I have set up everything for the new month. That means new animations. That means new decorations and a new vibe for the new year. Today on the Level 1 podcast, we'll be talking about how this week has gone so far. Notably, that a lot of these games that we've been playing now for the past month or so are kind of getting played out. People want something new. They're craving something fresh. And today we're going to talk about what that's going to be because we've already got some ideas and we need more. So it's going to be a very interactive stream in that way where we're going to talk about games and new things that we can be doing for the new year. In addition, we're going to have a little bit of a tech test again because I want to see how this can work. We'll talk about that in a bit. And on today's show, Steam Replay. Because we're going in with the new, we got to go out with the old. And that means I'd like to take a look at everything that we have done in 2025 on Steam, being that it was the first year in tons of years that I have been a full-on PC gamer. So what did I play? What was the most played game, etc.? We'll find out today. All right, everyone? It's going to be an exciting one. I hope that you guys are in a good mood because it's time for the last podcast. That's right. Of 2025. That's right, folks. It's time for a year-ending episode of the Level 1 podcast.
Attention! The games are about to begin. All hail the
Alrighty, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the show. I hope that you're all ready to chill here with me today. It's going to be a good one, and I'm excited for a new year and a new vibe. Sorry as I adjust volume levels here and we begin. How y'all doing today? Today is Tuesday, the 30th of December, 2025. Of course, I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the show. And today we got quite a lot to talk about. All right, this week so far, it's kind of been a 50-50 week. Well, what does that mean? It means that half the stuff that we have done has been fun and has worked. And half the stuff that we've done has kind of been played out, and the audience has told me it's kind of boring. We want to do something new and different. So I got to listen, all right? I got to try to respond to what people say and do what you want. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, is listening to your feedback, trying to adjust on the fly, and doing things that you guys want rather than things that are, a month or two old and played out. And, I get it. I hear you. We'll talk about that in a moment as we go through the different streams that I've been doing this week and what's working and what's not. Okay? And I'm excited for the new year. I am. I think 2026 is going to be a great one with gaming, with chill vibes, and with my capability to do so much content now with pretty much no limits. It doesn't matter what game it is, what platform it's on. It doesn't matter if we're going to be doing stuff, solely in this room, or maybe I can branch out and finally do some stuff outside of this room. We'll see. But it's going to be an awesome year, and the sky is the limit. All right, I'm very excited for what's coming in the new year. We got a couple days to get there, but being that, number one, this is my last podcast of 2025, and being that I had the desire to make things feel fresh and new and reset around here. Last night, I was up late. My wife actually went to sleep early because she had worked early and was pooped. So while she went to sleep, I was kind of being a night owl, and I said, I want to get everything set up. So I ended up making all new animations. I have 3 different animation loops, one for the podcast, one for the games in general we'll be playing in January, and then one that's winter and also New Year themed. and you'll see those used over the course of the month. So I got all that set up, and I just did a quick refresh of the side over here. This is what the setup will look like for the month of January. Albeit I may, mix stuff up in the middle or not. We'll see. We'll see as the month progresses, okay? But I have refreshed all of the animations for contributions. So basically, if you do a super chat, or if you do some kicks on Kick, or if you gift a sub on Kick, or if you tip, all of those things have newly refreshed animations. In fact, I have brand new animations for $5, $10, $20, and I believe $100. I reused some animations for the 30 and 50, only because I really liked those particular animations. I did shuffle everything around, so you'll see, as contributions come in over the course of the next month, everything will look a little different. No more Christmas stuff. That's played out now. Christmas is over, and it's going to be newly refreshed stuff. So, any contributions coming in this morning, you will see some new stuff. I hope you guys are excited for that. All right, so let's go. Let's see, as you guys contribute, what the new animations are for the month. We should enjoy them, okay? Cool. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's say hello to everyone. What's going on the Kick side and YouTube side? Who do we got? Kick today. Who do we got? We've got Joey Chestnut. We've got Save Us Y2J. Username already taken. Your Future Stepmom. Alessandra Sosa. Felipe Baxter. Smack the Reel. Sarsaparilla Sunset. Who else do we got over there? Vic Vega. Your Future Stepson. Real Life Loser. Who do we got? 220 is there. Buckwell is there. And more. Garce is there. Over on the YouTube side, who do we have today? We've got Bro Bronson, A Moody Cow, D. Yorker, Crypto, Smack Attack, Chris, JRW, Buzz-a-Wizzy, Nothing Here, Steven, Dr. Quarters, and more. Who do we got? Keeney Powers, Banana Jose. A lot of people. John is here this morning. Good morning, everyone. All right? New animation. There we go. Thank you to Spedgy. Let's do, a couple quick shout-outs here as we begin. So we start off today with some contributions. The first was Cold Bologna Sandwiches, who did a $2 super chat and said, are you going, another thing, dump your crap AI music. No. For years, everyone complained, Phil, it's dead air. Whenever you're doing a podcast, whenever you're hanging out with us, the audio is dead. We want more. We want actually something playing in the background. And literally, everyone out there is doing background music. Why aren't you? And I said, all right, let's do it. I finally have the capability to do it. Let's get some background music, right? Let's do it. Let's actually do what people have asked for. So now I do it, and then people complain. Oh, I don't want the background music. Well, you can't have it both ways. It's either going to be dead silence or it's going to be the background music. You want to know what the funniest part is? So for over 10 years, I used the same soundtrack of my own personal remixes. My voice singing songs to the tune of previous playthroughs that I have done. That's the music that I played as the build-up to my streams. People complained for the last 5 years, it's played out, it's too repetitive, you're not changing for the better, do something new. So now I have the AI music, and people are like, oh, we want the old music back. So here's the truth. It's this simple, okay? People only want to complain. They're not being constructive. This is not positive criticism. This is just complaints for the sake of complaining, to say that I'm not doing something good enough, to say that I'm not a good content creator. This is not, oh, this is how you can improve. This is how you're not good enough. So I don't care anymore. All right? I will implement things, and hopefully for the most part, people will like them. If I ever see a consensus of people saying something sucks, that's different. But right now, what we've got are a bunch of very vocal whiners who don't like positive change because they don't like to see me improve. I don't care. So we're going to continue to have nice AI background music. It is calming. It is peaceful. It actually adds stuff, I feel, to the content. And people have asked for it for the greater part of 5+ years, saying everyone else uses it. So now I'm going to as well. I deserve the good things that everyone else has, and I will use them when I can, and now I can. So I'm not going to listen to that toxic feedback. I'm sorry, Cold Bologna Sandwiches. I don't care. Okay. Spedgy, $6.99 Canadian Super Chat says, T2 no fate for a one-off. Happy face. So that's some of the stuff we're going to talk about today. What I want to figure out is what should we be doing in regards to new games for the rotation that people want to see, games that are popular right now, so that I'm playing them when people actually want to see them. Because I'll be honest, this has actually been a problem of mine over the years, is that people will suggest a game, I'll be like, I don't know what that is, and then I just won't play it. And then it'll be like 2-3 months later, and people will be like, well, you're going to play it? I'm like, well, I still don't know what it is, and people will finally convince me. But by the time that I play it, it's not popular anymore. I took too long, all right? And that's on me because, you know, it's hard for me to stay on top of the trends. It really is. You know, with as much as I stream and as much as I'm doing it and you know, acting with all you guys here every day, you know, chilling and hanging out and having a good time. It's really hard to stay on top of everything going on unless you have a crowd telling you about it. So, hey, you guys want to tell me, hey, this is popular, this is cool. Cool. So, do you think that this new Terminator game that just came out, what was it, a week ago? If this is something that you guys want to see, I'd consider it. But keep in mind, the game is apparently really short. What people are saying is the game is only around 2 hours long, but you're supposed to replay it multiple times to unlock stages and do new content. So most people are saying a full playthrough of the game is around 6 hours long. Okay. So if that's really what you want, I would go for it. It's about, I think the game's like $30, but I would hope that people will actually, you know, show up for it. Not that I get it, and then people are like, oh, what's this? Well, I got it because you suggested it. You know, I personally, I wasn't super interested in it. I do like Terminator. I've seen the movies, you know. I like the lore. I think it was cool. I saw some of the screenshots. It's actual scenes from the movies. That's kind of neat. But I want to be sure that people will be down for it and will actually show up. So what do you guys think? Again, you know, I'm open to suggestion. Let's consider that. That's, what is it called? T2, is it I forget what it's called, Dark Fate or something like that. Well, we'll consider it. I would be considering playing it this year if it's, or this year, you know, coming up in the next week if it's something that you guys want. Okay, we already have a new game that I'm trying out tomorrow night. We'll talk about that in a moment in RimWorld. That you guys said that you wanted me to try RimWorld, and I had basically put it off all year saying, oh, I don't know what that is or whatever. I said, all right, finally, I'll do it. I'll check it out. Okay, so cool. We'll talk about this in a sec. All right? Cool. All right, so good stuff. And by the way, how is the volume level? Because again, I'm adjusting. Is the music a good volume level? Because everyone seems to disagree on this too, and I think it depends on when you're listening to the podcast. Are you listening with headphones or are you listening with speakers? People who are listening with speakers tend to say that the background music is actually quite low and not a big deal at all. Headphone users seem to be saying the background music is louder. So it's hard for me to find that happy balance. Like, I'm trying to find it, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it sound all right now? A Moody Cow says it's quiet enough. I'm actually using the headphones. Okay, there you go. Let's do that then. Let's leave it on this level, and hopefully it'll sound good for the stream. Okay? Cool. All right, so we got a bunch to tackle today. It's actually only 2 days until the new year. Okay? I'm not doing a podcast tomorrow, so this is the final podcast of 2025. And before we even get into it, I just want to say thank you all for an amazing year. This year, 100% was the best year that I have had in content creation since back in the day when I was a prominent YouTuber. Because I'm well aware I'm not. I am culturally relevant. People still talk about me, but I'm definitely not a prominent YouTuber anymore. I haven't been for quite some time. You know, I fell off during the era of YouTube changing their algorithm multiple times to basically account for certain things. Very nice. Thank you, Nothing Here. How you like that new animation? You know, and it is what it is. Being that I'm a legacy YouTuber, I do have interest in my content and on me all the time, which is a good thing. But I'm very lucky that I started when I did, because it allows me to keep making the content that I like, and I'm very appreciative of that. I'm well aware that people who've done this for 17 years, a lot of them have moved on or completely changed who they are, and the fact that I've changed for the better, but I still get to play games, chill with you, and have a good time, do the content I want, and I'm not forced into doing crap that I don't want to do, i.e. drama and this kind of political slop and stuff that people are just tossing out there to ride trends. I'm happy that I don't have to do that, okay? So thank you. This year surely has had ups and downs. Let's be very honest. We started off this year uncertain. I was riding a high from this collab that I had done late in 2024, but already it was basically fizzling out. So we were trying new things, like bringing back my wrestling commentary show and doing various different crossovers and collabs with content creators from all over the place, right? I think it worked for the most part, but it was short-lived because wrestling didn't work this year. Like, wrestling kind of fizzled out. I was watching it for 4 months, and by the end of the 4 months when WrestleMania hit, I was bored. I didn't really want to watch wrestling anymore. I felt like WWE had tanked their own product, had botched all the things that they were trying to lead up to, and it just didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I mean, in general, my viewers were telling me, yeah, that this content is boring now because wrestling is boring. And so I kind of redoubled my efforts. I got out of the whole drama sphere collab stuff, and instead I just doubled down on gaming. And to be honest with you guys, it worked. This year, it worked tremendously. More often than not, I was getting great engagement and support in my content, no matter what I was doing, whether it was playing a game, chilling with you on a podcast, having a chill with Phil, stream, building Legos, you know, whatever it was. We did a lot of content this year. This year reinvigorated DSP Tries It. It came back out of nowhere, really, and ended up being something that was quite entertaining for the masses. I think people really liked the fact that I did a variety of content this year, and it wasn't just gaming. And at the same time, I stayed true to myself. It wasn't going off the deep end, doing stuff that was so extreme that it was harmful to others, and I was becoming an offensive personality on the internet. I think that's what people were afraid of last year, was that I was heading in the wrong direction. I was changing for the worse. Even though it meant that I was getting more views and more money, people didn't want to see me change as a creator and a person. I was losing my core audience. This year, I readjusted, course corrected for the better, because overall this year has been the best year when it comes to everything, really. When it comes to views, when it comes to engagement, and when it comes to support, this has been the best year that I have had since back in the day when I was growing on YouTube. It's been that much of kind of a rejuvenation, okay? And I'm very grateful for that. You guys are awesome. I mean, take a look around, all the improvements that I have made as a result of all of your direct support. I really appreciate that. I mean, now I'm in a situation at the end of the year where I don't even have goals on my streams anymore. We just hang out and chill and have a good time together. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. To no longer be tethered to financials or to having a set amount of things happen. You know what I mean? Instead, we just chill. We have a good time with no matter what I'm doing, and we move forward positively. We adjust on the fly when needed, which is one of the things we need to talk about today. I feel like we need to have a new slew of things that are going to hit and make it feel fresh around here, okay? So I'm excited for the future after an amazing year. Like, this has been an absolutely great year, and I want you all to understand that, how grateful I am and how happy I am for how things went. Because honestly, at the end of last year and very early this year, I felt like things were maybe heading in a bad direction that wasn't good, and we course corrected. And now things are going great, okay? So I just want to say thank you, really, to everyone. It's been an amazing year, and man, we were up, down, and all around here. We were, but we came out the other end of it very positively, okay? I'm happy, and I'm excited for the future. I really am. And that's what I want to talk about on today's show, the future. What is it that you guys actually want in the coming months? And let's figure that out. Let's do a few quick shout outs here, and then we will jump into the topics that I want to discuss. Maybe we'll do a quick tech test before we jump into the whole, hey, what's new and what game should we play and stuff like that. But let's do some shout outs. We've got Nothing Here 182 with a $2 Canadian super chat. And they said, it's not much, but thanks for a great 2025. Cheers. Thank you so much, Nothing Here. And you never, ever have to say it's not much. That's ridiculous. I'm grateful for every contribution on a stream, without exception. Thank you so much for being here, for chilling, for engaging, for supporting, and for just being a very positive influence on me. I love it. I love hanging out with a great audience, a positive audience, okay? SR Trumbull did a $2 or £2 super chat, excuse me. It says, modded Minecraft would be an awesome to play at the moment 10. I don't know what you mean ATM 10, at the moment 10. I don't know what that means. Now, when you say modded Minecraft, SR Trumbull, what do you mean by that? Because I did play modded Minecraft earlier this year, if you're not aware. And we did it for about 2 months, I would say. It was fun. You know, we actually had the graphics modded, so it looked realistic. We had all kinds of new creatures and things that were added. Everything looked nice and was very, very visually appealing. It had some remixed stuff like new trees and foliage and things. It was really cool. But I don't know if particularly you have anything that you have in mind, like for modded Minecraft. Is there something that everyone's doing right now to mod Minecraft and it's a popular thing or something? You know, again, this is the stuff that I would like to be made aware of because I'm not always in the loop when it comes to this kind of stuff. If you want me to do something particular, all the mods 10 mod pack, says SR Trumbull. What? All the mods? Is this a particular mod pack that adds like popular mods or something like that? Interesting. So let me know. All right, let me know. And if anyone's interested in that, should we do that? Should we bring back Minecraft? Because listen, we did Minecraft earlier this year. It worked, but it got played out. Basically, lasted about a month or two, and then people were like, all right, it's kind of boring. People stopped showing up for it. And I said, then let's move on to other stuff, which we did. And it worked out well. So I'm willing to listen, okay? Princess Luna gifted a membership this morning. Thank you, Princess Luna, for our first membership of the stream. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. All right, and as we are getting started here, all right, I would just like to say thank you all for being here this morning for this podcast. It's a pretty important one because we need to talk about the future, and we're about to discuss a few things and figure stuff out. So thank you for being here for it. I really appreciate you. Please, if you're here today live on stream, interact with the content, and please get some support going. For example, right now, if you're on the stream on YouTube, you can give the stream a like. That helps tremendously. It actually gets this into the algorithm so people know I'm streaming. It'll show more people the stream, and maybe we'll get some more viewers. If you're watching this on demand after the fact and you're enjoying the podcast, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not. Perhaps engage with the content. Leave a comment. I want your feedback. What do you think about the new year coming up? What do you think about how 2025 went? What do you think about the topics we're about to discuss when it comes to the new content that I'm interested in doing? Share your thoughts. All of that helps tremendously. All right, so please engage, and thank you so much. Now, if you're here live, all right, it would be great if you could support the stream. On the YouTube side, you can become a member, or you can gift a membership to your fellow viewer, or you can do a super chat, all of which are greatly appreciated, and you'll see some new animations today for the super chats. If you're on the kick side, you could send some kicks, or you could become a sub, or you can give some subs. And again, you'll see new animations for that stuff today. And if you are watching no matter where you are, you could be on YouTube, you could be on Kick, you could be watching on demand after the fact. You could send a tip. If you're in the chat right now, you can type !tip. The command will come up to show you how to do it via PayPal. Or if you're watching on demand, you can watch the description of the video there, has the link there, and you can click on it, and you can contribute via that way. So please consider it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all you being here and chilling and having a good time with me here for the last podcast of 2025. Okay? Cool. All right. Just to keep in mind, I do a live shout out for contributions that come in, and thank you in advance. So, let's talk. All right, first off, let's do a tech test. I want to test something. I want to see how this is going to work because my new USB hub showed up this morning. I hooked it up immediately. I had problems because, of course, because it's tech and everything I mess around with tech, there's always a problem, right? So my problem was power. I didn't have enough slots on my battery backups, and I had to rearrange the cords. Then I went to do it, and my speakers unplugged, and I had no audio. I was like, what's going on? Long story short, I got everything working. The camera's working, right? And these wireless microphones now should work with my PC setup. So what I would like to do is a little bit of a demo, a little bit of a tech test to see what it sounds like, all right? If this works, I could potentially move throughout my studio untethered by a microphone. You should technically be able to hear me talk anywhere in the room, okay? So I want to give it a shot. By the way, thank you, SR Trumbull. He did another £2 super chat. ATM 10, so all the mods 10, has 400 plus mods, and you can get it on Curse Forge. Okay. Again, are people interested in seeing me go back to Minecraft for a bit? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just haven't really heard that feedback. You know, we played it earlier in the year, and it seemed like once we were done with it, people kind of got played out with Minecraft and weren't interested in seeing me come back, okay? Let's give this a test, shall we? So here's how it works. First of all, they wirelessly sync with the adapter, which is in my USB hub right now. So all I got to do is take the mic and lift it up. It starts blinking, and basically, it syncs, and now it is synced with that adapter, okay? So I just go ahead and I put it right here on my collar. And in fact, there's a little accessory set for it. I don't know where I put the bag. I think I put it over there. It actually has a cute little hat. I'm serious. It looks like a winter hat. Do you want to see it? Hold on a second here. So this is the little... It looks like a little winter hat, doesn't it? It's cute. And you just put it on the microphone like this. These are the Rode Wireless Micro microphones. Okay, and I have a set of 2. And you pop it on just like that. Okay? And then you just clip it right onto your shirt or whatever. I'm going to clip it onto my shirt like this. Okay? And now it should pick up my voice. So what I like to do is test it and see actually what it sounds like. Actually, maybe I should put it a little bit further down the collar. I don't know. I don't know exactly where like the optimal placing is for a microphone because I haven't used these yet. All right. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, let's swap mics. All right. So instead of using this one, which is obviously my studio mic, let's swap this over. All right. So I'm going to mute this mic and I'm going to swap to this one and we'll see what it sounds like. Ready? Testing. Okay, so now I am using the Rode Wireless Micro microphone that's actually on my neck, okay? It probably doesn't sound as good as the studio mic, but it should sound decent, okay? Very low volume, so I can bump it up. There we go. That's basically max volume, but I actually have the ability to bump it up even more. It's a lot. It's low volume. Okay, hold on, because I can bump it. I'm glad you guys are telling me this. Let's go to Advanced Audio Properties. Let me find it, and let me bump it up here. Okay, I'm going to up the decibels. Okay, how does it sound now? Does it sound better now? Because I just upped the decibels by 2.5 decibels. How's that? No. Still quiet as hell? Okay, hold on. Let's bump it up some more. Keep in mind, this is not meant for, it's definitely not meant for PC use. It's meant to be used with a cell phone. And so it actually would sound much better with a cell phone, I feel. Okay. Okay, so now I upped it to 5 decibels. Does that sound better? Actually, it looks like it is actually picking up higher now. Does that sound better? Okay, hold on. Let's clip it even. Let's clip it. See, now I'm holding it in front of my mouth, and it probably sounds a lot better, right? But I'd have to probably maybe try to clip it on the collar here. How's that? That sound a little better? Actually, it looks like it's picking up better now. So that's it. It's all about messing with it until you get that right angle. See? That's better. It's a lot better now. Now people are saying it's the same again. It's going to depend on the shirt too. Like if I have a shirt where I can angle it towards my mouth, see, it's angled towards my mouth, it's better. See? Okay. So anyway, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to depend on the shirt and stuff. It's going to be better quality. Okay. So now basically what I would do with this, because I'm trying to figure out a way to angle it. What I would do with this is I would be able to move all around and I would be able to do whatever I want. So for example, you know, people say, yeah, you were getting there. Exactly. It's not going to be perfect, but it depends on the shirt I'm wearing and stuff like that too. Okay. So let's say we're doing a closet clean out. All right. Well, guess what? I can clean out my closet and you can hear me. Watch. See? Right now, I'm actually inside of my closet and you can still hear me. I could be in here taking stuff out, right? Like, look, I could do this and I could take the shell and I could say, hey, guess what I just got out of my closet? And you still heard me the whole time, right? I can actually do stuff. People are saying it sounded good. I sounded better when I was in the closet. Well, there you go. It sounded better in the closet. There you go. All right, let me try it. Watch this, okay? All right, so I'm going to go across my office. Ready? I'm going to go for a little walk across the office. And even though my chair is empty, somehow mysteriously I am talking to you in the office. I mean, I would actually have the ability to walk across my whole house if I wanted to, and you'd still hear me. I could be across the hallway in my bedroom. I could be downstairs. The wireless mics have a decent range. It's not, insanely long or anything, but I would have the ability to go walk up to my window and talk. I could do stuff in the house. That's pretty cool. So, for example, a prime use of this would have been when I was doing the office setup. Okay. And basically, the entire time that I was building this desk, and you guys couldn't hear me. Everyone was like, is he aware that if he... Oh, I know. I know people are like, take that off. It's for outside. I know. Guys, I know this is for outside. This is basically a muffler thing to stop wind. So if I were outside, this would stop wind from blowing on the microphone. Okay, so I'll take it off now. You don't need that indoors. I was just showing you. I thought it was a cool accessory, okay? So, basically, when I was building the desk, right? And I was on the floor, and people were like, Phil, we can't... Oh, there we go. I actually had it aimed the wrong way the whole time there. No wonder you couldn't hear me so well. People were like, it's actually better down here. See, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. It should be here, like on the neck, pointing up, right? Yeah, that's how it should be. Oh, wow, I just hit it. It like maxed out in red. Oh, wow. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to find the right angle. It's going to depend on the shirt too. Like a normal shirt, it's easier to put on, but a collared shirt like this, it's harder. Yeah, see? Because the collared shirt, oh, there we go. Maybe now. Ooh, okay. It maxed out and then it stopped. There we are. So anyway, basically, when I was building the desk and I was on the floor and no one could hear me, people were like, is he aware that no one can hear him when he's on the floor because the microphone won't pick him up because he has all these, mic filters? I was like, well, there's not much I could do about that. So now I could actually have this on and it would be perfect. When this would work well with? When I'm doing Lego nights. When I'm actually doing Lego nights and I'm over here and I'm building the Lego, but I'm away from the microphone, this will allow me to always have a microphone pointed at me. See that? It's better now, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like it's picking up better. So I have to point it at my mouth. If I point it directly at my mouth, it works perfectly. But it has to point at my mouth. So again, first time I'm using it, you might be like, well, then what is this for? This is for outside if you're outdoors filming and there's wind. This is supposed to muffle the wind. Okay, like that's the point of this, is like a wind muffler so that the wind you don't hear a wind sound in the microphone. Okay, so pretty good. All right, it's pretty good. And by the way, it's not expensive or anything. It was $100 for the set of them. So it's not like high technology, but it's what everyone uses. Like anyone who's out there and is doing like vlogging on the street, if they're going to, doing like a food review or they're doing a walking tour, this is what they're using. No one is using like their cell phone, microphone, because the microphone on a cell phone is terrible. Like it literally is awful. It's really bad quality. It's echoey and everything, as reflected by when I tried to do that short. Remember when my internet was out? And I said, oh, guys, I don't know when I'm going to be back. And I did a short. Well, that's why the audio on there sounded terrible. You see? Well, now I'll have a microphone that should sound a little better. Okay? And again, it's not going to be perfect. Okay? So Eloquence is try pointing it directly up. Okay, let's try that. See, again, I don't know. Let's try directly up. They said try doing it like right here in the collar. Let's see. The problem is the clip is not perfect. Like the clip is very basic. It's not a great clip. So it's a little harder to clip it on to something like that. It's easier to clip it onto like a thin thing than like a thick. Like right now I can't, like I'm trying. I can't get it to clip onto the shirt here. Yeah, it won't, see? It won't clip on there because it's not a good, look how basic. It's a very small clip. So holding it to my mouth, it's perfect, right? But no one's going to be able to just hold it to their mouth like this. For the most part, you're supposed to clip it on you, right? So, clip it to your nose. Yes, clip it to your nose. Take off a button. Yes, just start unbuttoning my entire shirt. Exactly, that's what I should do. No, in reality, if I had my shirt buttoned all the way up like this, and then I clipped it, that's like perfect, but, you know, that's not that kind of shirt, you see? But if I had a shirt that had a normal collar rather than an open collar like this, then it would clip on better. Yeah. Okay. But it sounds good when I hold it, and that's the point. It's supposed to sound better when it's in the right position. You're holding it or whatever, right? All right. So anyway, I think we've experimented with it. Now I know I have to do around a 5 decibel adjustment. I could go higher than that too. And it all depends on the angle that you point it. If I point it directly at my mouth like this, it sounds good. But different shirts, you're not going to be able to do that, you know. So your mileage may vary on how effective it is. But the good news is, all right, I will be able to use this with my phone to do stuff out and about. I'll also be able to use it in the office right now to do stuff. If I want to do closet clean out, if I'm building Legos, if I'm doing stuff. So now I have the ability to move. I've always been tethered to a microphone on my desk, and I'm not tethered anymore. I could actually move around and do stuff, which is really cool. Okay? Cool? I'm being told, put your mic on the mic. There we go. So now, this is how I'm going to do it from now on. I'll pretend like I'm using a studio mic, but I'll actually be using the Rode micro mic instead. Perfect. Now, absolutely perfect setup, right? Amazing. What we've always wanted. There we go. Okay. Anyway. All right. I think we've messed with this enough, right? Let's go back to the other microphone now. So let me reset up everything here. Let me get it so that we're not with the 5 mic gain anymore, because that's going to blow out my other mic. Let's just go back down to the regular decibel level. Okay, down to the regular decibel level, and then let's swap mics again. Okay, there we are. Much better. Cool. And see how easy it is to do this stuff on the fly? Pretty neat, right? Pretty cool. All right, so it's a new toy. It's something to mess with. If anyone has ideas of things I can use it for, you know, I'm all ears. I love suggestions. Okay? So, there we go. Test successful. USB hub. I now have a USB hub, which is nice. I have more USB ports I can use on my PC. It seems like that worked in tandem with the camera, because the camera and that were plugged in on the same port, and it worked. So that's good. You know, I didn't need, there was no short. The camera didn't turn off or anything. So that's definitely cool. Good stuff, right? Okay. All right. I think the only contributions we had there was trolls, so I'm just going to ignore those 2 idiot trolls. Okay, cool. All righty. IRL streams for food shopping. I don't think... Here's the thing. Like, my ideas for that are, for example, maybe once in a while, I go out with my wife, and we have a dinner out somewhere, and we want to do an actual food review in person. And so I can use the selfie stick as a tripod to show you. This selfie stick becomes a tripod. So I could have this on the table, kind of filming me, and then I could just kind of go back and forth between that and filming the food and that and filming the food. And I could do like a brief review or something like that. If I do start perhaps traveling at some point and going to events or conventions or whatever, I could use this for walking tours. I could actually, you know, put my phone onto the selfie stick and just walk around and film, and I can narrate with the microphone as I film. Now, that wouldn't be for live streaming. This would all be for like on-demand videos. Okay, I wouldn't live stream any of that. But the thing is, you got to be careful about it. And the reason I say that is, basically, you're not allowed to film a lot of places, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. Anywhere that's private property, you're not allowed to film. Why is this blowing out? We're okay, right? For some reason, it was showing max red for a second there. I don't know why it was doing that. But yeah, like, you're just not allowed to just go and do whatever you want. You actually, if, let's say, for example, I were to go into a restaurant right now and I wanted to do a review, you have to get permission. It's private property. You don't have the legal right to just film in there. You have to say to the staff, hey, so I would like to know, is it okay if I do a review? You know, I'm a YouTuber. and I'm doing something new this year, and I'd like to know if I could do a video review at the table. I won't disturb anyone around. It'll be just regular talking, volume. It'll be the same. I'm not using lighting. I'm not going to bring in lights and stuff. So it's just with my phone or whatever. And if they say yes, then you're good. These other things are kind of iffy. Like, for example, if you go to a mall, you're technically not allowed to film there. And I know from experience, back in the day, I remember that there was a launch event for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 at my local mall. Yes, that long ago. We're talking, like, what was that, 2010, something like that? And I went to the local mall with my handy cam, and I tried recording, and actual mall security came up to me and said, "This is private property, filming's not allowed." And then my friend actually was the manager of GameStop, and he came up to the mall security and was like, "Well, actually, it'd be cool. I wanted him to actually film this for YouTube for some promotion. Is it all right if he only films GameStop or the stuff that we have set up here for GameStop?" To which the mall security said, "All right, basically, if you kind of keep it to that level, like if you just stay in this area or this zone and you're not, like disturbing anyone, then you're good." And so that's what I did, and it was fine. So yeah, so that's the thing. At any moment when you're recording, you could be asked to stop. You could literally be say, "Hey, stop right now because you don't have permission to film here," or whatever. And then you have to listen, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So, that's just something that happens. And I know from experience that could happen. So, I can't just walk around filming whatever I want. I think a lot of YouTubers actually believe that you can, and it's not true at all. There we go. I just realized that it was not setting the right microphone as the default, and I just set it to be my default now. I want, obviously, this microphone is what I want to be my default microphone. And now it is. Okay. Default Bridgecast V2 default microphone. Yeah. It had set the wireless micro as my default mic, and I didn't want that as the default. Okay. So, yeah, like, I would love in 2026 to maybe do some new things. Maybe I'll do some on-the-fly, in-person food reviews while I'm out and about. Maybe I'll actually go to an event and walk through and do some first-person filming with live commentary. It's very possible. But at the same time, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So I'm not going to tell you ahead of time, "Oh, this is definitely what I'm doing," or anything like that. We'll see. We'll see how the year progresses. Okay? Cool. The audio is sounding good? Okay, as long as the audio is sounding good, because it had said it had set the wrong mic as the default, and I wanted to be sure that everything was fine. Cool. Oh, I know what it is. Hold on. I had the mic. This is exactly what it was. I had the mic too loud. That's exactly what it was. There we are. I was like, why is it maxing red all the time? It's because I had the mic too loud. So now I lowered it, and now it's fine. Because I had upped the volume for the Rode Micro. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, so tech test complete. It worked well. It's not perfect. Definitely could use some tweaking, but at least I have the device now. If and when I want to use it, I can use it in the home. I could use it out and about. I could do some interesting stuff. There you go. Cool. And now I have more USB ports for my computer too, because I bought a powered USB hub and it seems to be working well. So there you go. All right. So, folks, it's time to get to the topic at hand, what we all got to talk about this morning. All right. So here's the deal. We have been doing some interesting stuff for the last month, right? I basically added some stuff to my rotation that I felt was going to work better, that people had been asking me to try out. Notably, some games that had been kind of virally popular games, but I had avoided because I didn't really understand them. And then I started trying them because you guys requested it. All right, games like Arc Raiders, Mega Bonk, replacing Truck Sim, which wasn't working. It was dying out with Power Wash Simulator 2, and more, okay? But in truth, not every game works, just to be honest, okay? Some games, they work for a bit, and then they get played out. Other games just don't work at all. So let's talk, all right? In the last few days, I've tried various different things, some of which are working and some of which I feel like have kind of died out now, and that's why we needed to adjust. So, 3 games. All right. First of all, Clear Obscure, like I'm really enjoying that I brought it back to my rotation, and I'm having a great time doing the ultra challenging content. But sadly, we're just not getting a big audience for it. We are getting an engaged audience and an audience that's very supportive. And I do appreciate that. If you're here for Clear Obscure, I want you to understand, I don't want to stop playing the game. I love it, and I want to keep it up. I just hope that we can get more viewers back for it. Because when I played it the other day, we only had like 140 something viewers on YouTube, and that's bad. That's a really low amount. That's the same amount of viewers that I was pulling in for it earlier this year, and that's why I had to stop playing the game and only beat the main story and not do the optional content. All right? So if you like Clear Obscure, you're happy that I brought it back to the rotation, please, if you can, attend the streams. The next stream is actually tomorrow's daytime stream. Tomorrow, December 31st, will be Clear Obscure. Okay? So I hope you guys will join me for that if you can make it. More attendance would really help out. It's not the engagement, it's not the support, it's the attendance that's kind of been painful, okay, to be honest with you. Now, Arc Raiders in general has been doing pretty good. Arc Raiders in general gets decent viewership, gets good engagement where people are helping me to figure out where are the resources, how to tackle certain enemies, etc. And in general, now that I actually have the Blue Yeti microphone and I'm verbally communicating with other people in Arc Raiders, it's working well. Like, Arc Raiders is actually doing really well. I really like the streams, and in general, it's doing good. So I have no complaints about Arc Raiders. If anything, I'm actually getting requests to play it more. Like, people are upset that I'm only playing it 1 or 2 times a week and thinking that maybe I should play it more because I'm not making good progress. And, you're right. For people who like Arc Raiders, you're only getting it a couple times a week. Like, for example, I only played it once last week, and we did manage to get all those drone targeting parts, but now we need to get these rusted gears, and it's taking forever. And today, that's really what we need to do, is we need to focus on getting those gears today when we play Arc Raiders. But I do like the game. I'm enjoying it. I hope that you guys will continue to show up and engage in support with Arc Raiders, because you have been. So I have no complaints about Arc Raiders. It's been doing pretty good. Okay. In regards to Pokemon Legends ZA, it's got a solid, consistent viewer base that come by, engage, and support with it every time we play it. Now, I understand we've been playing Pokemon since October. So some people are like, dude, you've got to finish Pokemon. All right. We are maybe 3 streams away from finishing the DLC. We're in chapter 4 of 5 and then the conclusion, because there's 5 stages, this dimensional gate that keep opening that are tougher. And then finally at the end, I guess there's a big finale. So we're getting there. Slowly, we are getting to the finale of Pokemon Legends ZA. I am planning on continuing that playthrough over the course of January, but it probably won't be the whole month, maybe another week or 2, and we're probably going to wrap that up. Okay? Now, some things that are in flux. Okay? Mega Bonk. Let's be honest about Mega Bonk. All right? Mega Bonk is the kind of game, in my opinion, you jump into it, you play it for a few runs, you have some fun, you play it when you want, when you get a chance. There's no narrative. It's addictive for only a little bit. It's not the kind of game that I feel that we're going to invest an insane amount of time and effort into. We played it for just about 10 hours, and to be honest, I got bored. Like, we unlocked a bunch of characters, we had tried different weapons, we did different runs, we saw all the maps. There's only 3 maps in the game. There's really nothing much else to do besides grind. And the game was fun when it was jump in, chaos, survive, do constant unlocks. But as soon as now we're at the point where now it's more grindy, it's kind of lost its appeal to me. So I think it ran its course. It makes sense to move on from Mega Bonk, and that's why I took it out of the rotation. And I listened to your feedback. Yesterday, I said to you guys, what should we do for something new? What are your ideas? And the overall feedback that I got is that people really want me to try this RimWorld game. That apparently RimWorld has a big fan base. It's popular. It's got all these expansions, and people feel like it might catch on if I try it. So we're going to give it a try. Tomorrow night, it's going to be the late stream. In fact, RimWorld will be my final stream of 2026. So let's see how it goes tomorrow. I'm giving it a chance. I bought the game. Let's go. Let's try it out. If you guys show up and engage and support, and you help me out to understand this game and what it's supposed to be, hopefully it works. Like, I'm down for new stuff, especially with a game like RimWorld. I had never heard of it till you guys brought it up. I had no idea what it was. I still don't really understand what it is. But there's been other games recently, again, like Arc Raiders and Mega Bonk, that's always also been the case. And when I actually gave them a chance, they worked. All right, so let's see. Let's see how it goes tomorrow night. Please show up and hang out with me for the premiere of RimWorld, and let's see how it goes. If RimWorld goes well, I'm willing to do another stream of it on Friday. And it'll probably be the daytime stream, like the main stream, okay? So there we go. Let's see how it goes tomorrow night. All right, cool. Now, some other things going on. Tainted Grail, okay? We have now tried Tainted Grail for 2 streams. The first stream was pretty much only the intro of the game. And at that point, it was kind of very dark horror, very, say, Dark Souls-esque. But it also had gameplay elements that made it feel like Elder Scrolls. I thought that was pretty unique, quite honestly. Like, I thought that combination worked and actually was intriguing me. And I said, man, I would actually like to do a real stream of this game to see exactly what it is, okay? So then I played it yesterday. And to be honest, I like Tainted Grail. I like the gameplay loop because it feels like the natural progression of what Skyrim was. A little bit more action-based because you're using the spells more often and you're able to actively dodge during combat, and I like that. I like that better than, say, just tanking it out and hacking at things with the sword and blocking with the shield, or Foo's Row dying your way through everything. Instead, to be able to actively use, you know, a dodging system or whatever makes it feel a little bit more interesting, okay? But the audience was split completely down the middle. I would argue that half the audience that was there for Tainted Grail really liked it and were like, yeah, it's kind of like Elder Scrolls, and we know we're not getting any more Elder Scrolls. We like open world exploration. We like this kind of RPG. Let's go. And then the other half of the people were like, it's like Elder Scrolls. We've already seen Elder Scrolls. You just played Oblivion. You know, you did Skyrim a couple years ago. It's not really adding much new to the formula. And it seems like it's just kind of open world boring because you're just like wandering around. I mean, that's the game. That's literally the game, is you wander around, you explore, you stumble upon missions, you kill mobs. That's it, right? So basically, I like the game, but it really was a 50-50 split. And someone suggested, well, why don't you try it on a night stream? Since this is the kind of game where you're open world exploring, it lends itself to talking with the audience more. Maybe if you do it as more of a late night chill stream, it would work better. I guess we'll see. So I'm going to try it again this coming Friday night. It'll be my last stream of the week. I'm hoping that people will actually tune in and engage and hang out and support the stream, but I don't know if they will. We'll see how it works as a night stream. Like, I don't want to give up on the game because it was a 50-50 split, but obviously I want to entertain the audience, and it was only half the audience that really liked it. So I want to give it a chance in another time slot to see how it works. Okay? Lastly, last night we played Power Wash Simulator 2. Power Wash Simulator 2 was the replacement when a few weeks back I decided I just didn't want to play American Truck Simulator anymore. And the reason was very simple. The game got boring. All right, Truck Sim was fun when we were actively driving around new maps and new areas and new DLCs and there was content. And basically when it wasn't played out. But it got to the point where it's like every single time that I played it, it felt like I was doing exactly the same thing, which is just driving around endlessly in a boring loop. Every once in a while, there'd be a road stop. Okay, go around it or whatever. Hope not to crash, which was basically a rarity. Like, I barely ever crashed, you know, doing Truck Sim. So really, there just wasn't that much, you know, going on with it, where it wasn't that interesting. The highlight was me basically having a couple drinks and then, you know, driving and interacting with you guys. And I get it. There were people who were trying to clip farm those streams. They would think that because I had a few drinks, I would loosen up and I would say things that normally I wouldn't say. That couldn't be further from the case. Like, everything that I said during those streams, I would have said normally anyway. Okay? But I just got tired of that gameplay loop. I was bored of just driving around. And by the way, for the record, it was a chore to get the wheel and the pedals and everything set up for it just for one night stream of 2 hours. It just was a lot of work. Okay? So, Power Wash Simulator 2 was a similar premise, where instead of just driving around, I'd be cleaning things, you know, power washing them, and then interacting with you guys while I played it. And in fact, it had already been previously suggested, even before I was even doing Truck Sim, that the Power Wash franchise could be a chill stream that I do with the audience and people would like it. So I said, let's give it a go. Let's try it. And I did. And to be honest, it worked for a couple of streams, but I just feel like interest waned because there's just not that much to it. Besides just spraying things and cleaning them, which works for a few maybe nights, but then after that, it's like there's really nothing else happening here. And honestly, last night was kind of annoying because we came off of a couple games that we knew weren't working, right? We had retired Mega Bonk. We're going to move Tainted Grail, try it on a different stream. So what happened last night was a bunch of trolls, an obvious bunch of trolls showed up, and all they wanted to do was derail the stream. Ask the most stupid questions that you know no one cares about the answers to. Say dumb, immature things in the chat. So here I am trying to interact with the audience, and half of the audience are trolls purposefully there to try to derail the stream. I'm like, how are you supposed to do an interactive stream when half the people there are assholes, right? So it really did derail it, and I was really frustrated. So basically what we're looking for is something new to do to have a more relaxing night stream, but I don't know what that would be. I really don't know what it should be. Should it be a game that's only 2-4 hours long? We play a couple of streams, we move on to another. Can we find another game that maybe is long-term chill and has some longevity? I don't know. I really don't know. And that's really where we're at today. Here's what the schedule looks like. All right, just so you guys know. This is what we're looking at for the rest of the week. Okay? So today it's Arc Raiders, which I'm excited for. Tonight we're actually going to give Black Ops 7 another shot. And you might say, Black Ops 7, that's been out of the rotation for a few weeks, right? Well, we did a one-off stream event on Christmas Eve, and I used my new Asus ROG keyboard and my new Razer mouse and surround sound on these headphones, and I did incredibly well. For the first time in ages, I actually had a winning kill-death ratio. Winning. I was positive, and that hasn't happened, all right, in ages. So kill-death ratio being so good, I want to give it another shot. So tomorrow or tonight, we're doing Black Ops 7 as a late-night stream. Maybe I'll actually do well and kick ass. And the thing is, if I am kicking ass, you guys could do things like, for example, in the kick chat, you guys could do wagers with your channel points where you could say, gee, Phil's going to get, a 5 kill streak this game. Phil's going to get 20 kills this game. And you can wager your points on if you think I'll do it or not. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, so let's get hype. Let's do some Call of Duty tonight. Let's have some fun with it, and hopefully it works out. Okay? Tomorrow, Clear Obscure will return as a daytime stream. I'm hoping we'll get back that audience we had, and maybe then some, because now I've been talking about it for a few days. Maybe we'll get some more eyes on it to come in and hang out with us for Clear Obscure tomorrow. Tomorrow night is the premiere of RimWorld, and it is my final stream of 2025. So tomorrow should be an epic day. Okay? Thursday, Happy New Year. We'll do a New Year's Day podcast, and we'll do Pokemon Legends ZA continuing. And then that night, we'll do a chill late-night stream of Arc Raiders drops. And then Friday, no podcast, but instead, we're either going to do RimWorld or Black Ops 7. If RimWorld does well tomorrow night, we'll do that. If RimWorld doesn't really do so well, we'll probably do a one-off stream of Black Ops 7 on Friday. And then Friday night, Tainted Grail is the late-night stream. I want to give it a go and see how it works. Okay? So that's what we're looking at for the rest of the week. Now, here's the thing. I absolutely am looking for new content. I'm looking for new games. So, if you guys want me to try something new next week, let me know. Maybe we could try this Terminator game. Maybe we could do something different. I will tell you this. Next week on, I believe it's January 9th, it's the release of Code Violet. Code Violet is the spiritual successor to Dino Crisis. So if you liked Dino Crisis back in the day, you liked dinosaur survival horror, it's returning next week. We're going to give it a shot. Hopefully the game is good. People are saying the game does look quite good and like it'll be a pretty entertaining ride. So I'm totally down for that. All right. So next week, we'll continue on with Pokemon. We'll continue on with Tainted Grail as long as it's working as a night stream. We'll do some more Arc Raiders drops. If RimWorld's working, we'll continue with RimWorld. And then perhaps we'll do a new late night chill kind of a deal since we're not doing Power Wash Sim anymore. Maybe we'll do something new. Maybe we'll try this Terminator stream, or maybe we'll do something different. And then next Friday, we'll do Code Violet as the new release, and we'll go from there. Okay? I hope this all sounds good to you. If not, I would love feedback on what you would like to see. All right? I'm a little sad that we're at a point where we're at the end of the year and some of these things are petering out. My whole purpose here is to entertain the audience, to have good streams of good content that you guys like. I don't like to hear that people are bored with the content that I'm putting out. Okay? So let me know, is this working? Do you like these ideas? Please, if you like these ideas, show up, engage, and support with the content. Okay? I need to know. I need this direct feedback. Okay? Please let me know. Fair enough? Shout out to Tobamaru. Tobamaru became a super supporter today. Thank you so much, Tobamaru. Super supporters, I believe, they're $10 on YouTube, right? And actually, that's about $7 of support for me. So thank you, Tobamaru, for that. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. All right. So let's see. Now that we've gotten through the things that I wanted to talk about, I want your feedback. Can you guys give me feedback on everything going on right now? Does this sound good to you? What do you think? Okay. 220 says he doesn't like any games with violence. Well, if you think about that, what games have violence? I mean, technically, if you think about all the games that are in my rotation right now, they're all violent. Every video game is violent, right? I mean, the only one that we had that was non-violent was Power Wash Simulator. And people did not like it last night. And by the way, you were here for Power Wash Simulator last night. For the record. So you know that, right? Yeah, I don't know what else to say. So Max Power says I should play Rayman, an oldie platformer. I know what Rayman is. And Mount and Blade. Again, people keep mentioning this Mount and Blade, but I don't know much about it. And I don't know if this is something that people are liking or they're trolling, because I've seen it and it just looks like it's a medieval combat game, right? But it doesn't seem like there's ever major demand for it, but people bring it up from time to time. I don't know. Mount and Blade? Bono's Tecmo was saying I should not get the Terminator game, that it is definitely a ripoff at $30 for only 1 to 2 hours of gameplay, and it's basically a scam. I don't know. Do you guys think that the Terminator game is a scam? Exactly. I was under the impression that Mount and Blade is a very old franchise, and there hasn't been a new one in ages. Am I wrong? Am I off base here? Escanor, I am well aware that Code Violet is PS5 only. I am, and that's fine. I can play on PS5. There's no problem there. You know, we've already set up to do PS5 stuff. You know, it's not PC only. I'm not just a PC only gamer. You know, I frequently play on Switch 2 right now. Why is the tip of my nose so shiny? I don't know. I polished it. I used turtle wax. I polished my nose today. Spam Can says Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. Focus on classic games. Ignore trolls if they come here during the Power Wash stream. You say ignore them. It's impossible when literally you're trying to get questions from the audience, and half the questions you're getting are from a troll audience. It's like, you got to sift through so much. It's frustrating, you know? Like, I'm trying to do an interactive stream, and it's very hard to do when everyone's kind of in your face acting a fool, you know? I do my best, really, but, you know, it's supposed to be interactive, and if I can't answer half the questions, then there's nothing to do. It's dead air. You know what I mean? What is Donut Dodo? I've never heard of that. Donut Dodo? Dave says, would you consider another sim game? I mean, I would. But what would it be? And I don't want to do something that's played out. Like, you get some people in chat who are saying, do Euro Truck Sim. We just quit American Truck Sim, and it's the same dev, and it's the same game. Except you're in Europe. I'm not going to do another Truck Sim game when American Truck Sim failed twice, okay? But if people have ideas for other sims to try, yes, I am willing to try other things. Just what is it that you guys would want me to try? Donut Dodo? Donut Dodo. Well, I wanted to, you know what I want to do? Hold on. I want to do my Steam replay. This is something that I wanted to do for today because it's the end of the year. All right, so let's do it. And by the way, guys, again, just a reminder, please engage the content. Please like the stream if you're enjoying today's podcast. Please support today's stream if you can. All right? Tobomaru's about to get a super chat. Tobomaru just did a €10 super chat. He says, ever consider a short 2 to 4 hour indie game? Anything on your radar you wanted to try this year? No, I'm down for 2 to 4 hour indie games. Seriously, like, I'm okay with that. I'd be down for that. I want to know what is it you guys would like me to try, because the thing is, I'm not in touch with the indie stuff. I need to know what's hot, what's new, what's interesting, what you guys would want me to check out. So, let me know. Let me know what you think. If there's any indie games right now that you would like, you know, let me know, okay? But Tomomaru, thank you for €10. Let's see what that equates to. I don't know what the euro exchange rate is right now. That is $11.75. Thank you so much, Tomomaru, for that. But yeah, I'm down. What do you think? Like, what indie games are hot right now? That's what I'm asking. Like, what is popular? And people keep mentioning this Terminator game and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's really what people want. Planet Zoo. Bonos Temo says, what about getting the Metal Slug games and running through them? They're on Steam and they're cheap. I like Metal Slug. But I don't know if the audience would care to see me play it, but Metal Slug has always been fun. It's something I played in the arcades back in the day and really enjoyed. What's only 1 hour? The Terminator game. Yeah, I know. Everyone says it's 1 to 2 hours. And it's actually a game that you have to play multiple times to unlock all the stages. So that's the appeal of it, is that you have to go back and do multiple runs and you unlock more content every run or something like that. What's up, Satan? How are you today? Happy New Year, Gain Protein. How are you? Screeby, currently, no, I don't have a post to suggest games. I don't. I used to actually have, like, open things like that. I don't have one right now. I usually do it for marathons and things like that, but right now we're not really planning for a marathon in January yet. But that's why I'm trying to take suggestions right now from the audience. Okay. All right, how about this? Because I want to do this before the show adjourns. Let's do my Steam replay for 2025. I'm very curious, okay? So, 2025 was the first year in over a decade that I was primarily a PC gamer. And so what I'd like to do is take a look at the Steam replay and actually see what we did on Steam this year, shall we? This should be fascinating. Here we go. It says I played 65 games on Steam this year, which is actually an increase of 36 from last year. 57 actual full games, 10 demos, and 3 play tests. Okay. 545 achievements unlocked. Although, to be honest, I don't really think achievements on Steam are meaningful. I don't even know when I'm getting one because I don't even have them like enabled to pop up. This is interesting. I played 16% of games with keyboard and mouse, 84% with controller. And I'm like, what did I play on keyboard and mouse? Just Call of Duty and Battlefield, right? Like, that's it. Maybe one other game where I had to play keyboard and mouse because my controller wouldn't work. But for the most part, I did everything on controller. So I'm actually shocked that it's even 16% keyboard and mouse. It says here, American Truck Simulator, 12% of your playtime with 39 sessions played. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster was 7% of my playtime with 24 sessions played. And Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which if you remember, that was the very beginning of the year. That one was 6% of my playtime with 20 sessions played. Can you click on these? Yes. So look at that. So here's when we started. We actually started in May. And we played it all the way through. And then finally, early December is when we retired American Truck Sim. Looks like we unlocked 13 of the achievements. See that? That's interesting. And then this was Suikoden 1 and 2, of which we didn't finish. If you remember, Suikoden 1 we played in March and April, and then we played 2 in August, September. The problem was Suikoden 2 is twice as long as 1, which I didn't know. So because of that, we didn't finish it. I think we might go back to it at some point. Seriously. I think so. Okay? And then Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, we played it through February, March, and April. There you go. So, how you compare? All right? Steam median. So, I unlocked 545 achievements. Steam median 11? What the hell does that mean? Does it mean that the average person who played on Steam only got 11 achievements this year? Is that what they're trying to say? If so, that's bizarre. That doesn't sound right. Only 11 achievements? Even if you play through one game, you probably get 11 achievements, right? I played 65 games, but the Steam median is only 4? My longest streak was 14 days. Steam median 6. That means 14 straight days that I booted up Steam? Really? That I actually find hard to believe because I always have a day off. So what day was it that on my day off I booted up Steam that it counted as a 14-day streak? That's confusing, actually. So, new, recent, classic games. Mostly new or recent. Very few classic games. That's not shocking to me at all. You are what you play. Take a look at this. Survival horror is the most? What? Survival horror? I'm really confused about that. I definitely played Chronos. I played Silent Hill F. And then I played Tormented Souls 2, right? So I played 3 survival horror games this year. That's it. I didn't play any more, right? This song is atrocious. I'm skipping that song. That song sounds like awful. Let's skip that one. Ellipsian says the Halloween games. Oh, that's a good point. On Halloween, I played a variety of horror games. You're right. Poppy's Playtime, Project Zomboid. Like, I played all horror that day. There you go. So, you're right. That must have been what it was. Is because I played a wide variety of horror games in one day. It counted them all as survival horror. See, it says, this is funny, 2D fighter, but I didn't play that many 2D fighters. I played Capcom vs. SNK 2. I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's about it. I only played like 2. So why on earth it thinks that I played that many 2D fighters, I don't know. After that, it thinks Souls-like was the next highest category. But Souls-likes, the only Souls-likes I played this year was the Lies of P DLC, right? Very weird. Automobile sim makes sense because it's counting truck sim. For sure. Platformers, this must be Silk Song, right? Extraction shooters, so that's Arc Raiders right there. Huh. This, I'm confused. It says, new friends added 6, badges earned 3, workshop item subscriptions 1. I don't even know what that stuff means. Like those. I have no clue. Okay, so American Truck Sim was my top played game of the year on Steam. I played it more than any other game. And then it was Suikoden 2 and then Like a Dragon. Capcom Fighting Collection 2, that makes sense because that was CVS 2 and I played a lot of Capcom vs. SNK 2 this year. Street Fighter 6 was only very early on. See, January and February and a tiny, tiny bit in April. And I said, screw this game. And I dropped it and I never played it again. In fact, it's funny in this art, right? I never even saw Elena in the game. I don't even know what she plays like. Your playtime by month. Well, this makes sense. If you remember, I had the week off in July. Yeah, I had the week off in July, so that's why I had less playtime in July. But I played CVS 2. Oh, that's when we started GTA 4 with mods. That's cool. Interesting. It's interesting how it breaks it down to show, oh, this is the variety of games you played, and here's the games that you played the most chunks of. I like that. I like how it does that. Street Fighter, I was still playing a lot of Street Fighter 6 in January and February. Oh, this is why it's saying Souls-likes, because we did Dark Souls with mods in January. I forgot about that. So it's counting that as a Souls-like. I see. Most of your playtime was with a controller, right? I mean, most games I do play on controller. That is true. Demos that I play. Oh, I remember. 100 Line Defense, Hell Is Us, My Side. Tenorist Sombria, I wonder when it's coming out. I was hoping it would come out this year, and it didn't. And The Mortuary's Assistant. Playtest that I participated in. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Battlefield Season 1, and Monster Hunter Wilds. My longest daily streak was 14. That's confusing. How the hell did I didn't play for 14 straight days. No way. I definitely had a break. So why does it think that I didn't have a break? That's really confusing. Huh. Explore the games that you played this year. It's showing by month. Oh, see, I told you guys that I was playing Balatro early in the year. There it was. Oh, Killer Frequency. That was a fun game. Oh, yeah. Forgot that I played that earlier in the year, too. Inzoi was such a disappointment. Unfinished game. Huge potential, and they just didn't even finish it. It was such a mess. I am disappointed about Dave the Diver because I played it only once. I really liked it, but you guys didn't. You guys told me you didn't like it, so I never went back to it, but I actually really liked the game. Cast and Chill was another one. I was enjoying Cast and Chill. I thought that it would have worked for a relaxing game, but you guys didn't like it. I was disappointed that you guys didn't like it that much. Overall, I played a lot of games this year. It's just you don't realize it until you see it at a glance like this. You don't realize how many games you've actually played. Like tons. I played a ton of games. Hades 2, again, it's another one, I'll be honest. I'm disappointed you guys didn't like it because I love Hades. And the fact that you guys didn't like Hades 2 disappointed me because I was waiting to play it and then it didn't work out. All right, well, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that little Steam, what is it called? The Steam replay. It'll be interesting seeing year to year what are the biggest games that I end up playing. Obviously, we know there ain't going to be another game probably like Truck Sim for a while, right? Like Truck Sim occupied so much of my time in 2025. I doubt that we'll have a game like that that's dominant in future years. So I'm very curious, what'll be 2026's dominant game. Probably something we're never expecting, I bet. Bonos Temo says, didn't that happen with Silk Song? It was running, but he wasn't playing. Yes, but you forget that was a Xbox app game. Yeah. Well, the Xbox app isn't doing a year-end countdown this year, which is really stupid. They should. But apparently they're saying Microsoft just wants to save resources and doesn't want to put any effort or money into it. So absolutely nobody is getting a year-end recap for Xbox app or Microsoft app or whatever they call it, which sucks because, there's a lot of games on here. Here, I'll take you through this year. Actually, we could do this quickly, too. Here, let me show you. Here we go. So, this is my Xbox app history for the year. Take a look. Microsoft Flight Sim, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Stalker 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Avowed, Atomfall, Oblivion Remastered. We didn't actually play Retro Classics, but we added it. Doom the Dark Ages, The Lies of P DLC, Blueprints was a huge one. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 did not work. Okay. Minecraft, obviously. Gears of War Reloaded. These are the ones for Halloween, like My Friendly Neighborhood and the others that we played. Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2, Hollow Knight, Silk Song probably would have been a huge chunk. And then these are the recent ones, Ball X Pit, Call of Duty Routine, and Claire Obscure. Of course, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, right? But it sucks that Microsoft just cheaped out this year and they're not doing it. So you can't actually compare the amount of time you played one game to another because they opted to basically not give you that. It's stupid, in my opinion, that they didn't, give you the option to look at that stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. Looks like there was a contribution here. An anonymous $2 tipper. Let's see. What if you did chill streams and you co-streamed them with other creators? Like, for example, Gahul or Ethan Ralph or Wings. It would make things more relaxed, cut down on random troll questions, and give you someone fun to bounce off of. Well, it depends on what you mean by that. Like, how would I do that exactly? Because right now my chill streams are me playing a game and interacting with the audience. If I have a guest on, I can't interact with the audience. You get that, right? Like, the whole point of having the guest on is that you're interacting with the guest and you're focusing on them. So, if I have a guest on, like, let's say we had Gahul on or Ethan Ralph or even Wings. I'm going to be talking to them. The conversations with them. They're a guest on a podcast or whatever. It wouldn't be, there's a game going and I'm talking with them and I'm talking with the audience, right? If you have a more elaboration on that, of like what you'd like to see or how it would work, I'd like to hear it, okay? But right now, I'm just not sure how that would come together. Okay. All right, folks. So ultimately, here's the deal. I want to say thank you for the feedback. Thanks for listening. All right. New stuff going on. Today, we're continuing with Chill Arc Raiders, and we're bringing back Call of Duty. I hope Call of Duty works on the late stream. I like having a competitive game like that in the rotation. Right now, we don't really have one. So to have Call of Duty back in the rotation, hopefully will please some people and will be entertaining and interesting. I hope. Fingers crossed. No guarantees, but I hope so, right? We'll see how that works tonight. Tomorrow we got, RimWorld for the first time ever. I don't know how that's going to work. I hope it works. I hope that it's engaging. I hope that people will hang out and support RimWorld. I don't know if they will, but you got to hope for the best, right? Like, I am trying. I want to do something new, and I'm giving you what you want. You asked for it, so I'm giving it to you because you've requested it, okay? So hopefully you'll come by tomorrow for RimWorld, and it'll work. But outside of that, for next week, definitely I'm looking for something new for the rotation, okay? I don't know if that's going to be this Terminator game. I don't know if it's going to be a new indie game that's a chill vibe. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know. I think we have a few days to figure it out, and we should talk about it and try to figure it out, okay? But I'm open to your feedback, and again, please show up and engage and support with what you like. Today, if you're down for Arc Raiders and you like the drops and you like the interactions, then please hang out and support, all right? If you like action, if you like combat, if you like stress, then support Call of Duty tonight. Be there for it, okay? If you wanted RimWorld all year, then please, for the love of everything holy, be here for RimWorld. Because it seems like there's a lot of vocal people asking for stuff, but when I try to give it to you, a lot of the times people don't show up for it. And that is disheartening when I'm trying to listen to the feedback of the people. And I know you can't please everyone all of the time. We all know that, right? There's no way you can please everybody. But I am hoping that there's enough people to support these games, to have playthroughs of them, rather than it just be about me trying them out and they fizzle out after a stream or two, Thank you to Lowkey 7.62 for $2. I appreciate the $2 super chat there, Lowkey. Okay. So now for the end of the show, what I'd like to do is open up the show to Q&A. So please tag me in the chats and let's see what you guys want to talk about, okay? So Dabhan says RimWorld's either going to be amazing or just hellfire. It's all procedurally generated, so it depends on what we get. Laughing out loud. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, again, I'm going into it cold, blind. I don't know anything about it. So this should be interesting to see if it's procedurally generated. It could be crazy or chill or in between. That's interesting. Cracker Jacks, have a great vacation. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good one. No, Adam, I don't do team-based stuff in art. I don't. I do solo drops. That's how I play it. Trying to read this message, but I don't understand it. The grammar's off and it's confusing me. Sorry, my eyes bother me right now. Yeah, my eyes bother me right now. I don't know why. My left eye. Am I going to play Yakuza Kiwami 3? I don't know. To be honest, right now, everything's kind of uncertain because for a month there, everything was going well. And now it's kind of back to, well, what do people want? What are they going to show up and engage with and support? For a month, it was everything. Like, literally, I could play any game and people showed up for it. Now that's not happening anymore. So now we're back to, okay, we got to focus in on what people want. We got to figure that out. I don't know if people would want Yakuza Kiwami. I would probably like it. I like Yakuza, but I don't know if the audience would like it, you know? You want me to play a game I enjoy? I do, and then people don't show up sometimes. Like, I think Power Wash Sim 2 is a chill, fun game. I enjoyed playing it. People were bored, okay? Right now, I'm really liking Tainted Grail. People are on the fence about it. It's not just about me. I wish it were. I wish it were about me enjoying a game and that coming through on the stream and then people coming and engaging and supporting with what I like. That's not the case. It's just not. People like to think that. That's a really, how can I say? That's a very optimistic view of content creation. That you're going to be able to just sit there and do whatever you want, whatever floats your boat on stream every day, and it's going to appease an audience and you're going to be successful. It's just not reality. It's not. It's a really, you know, rainbows and unicorns, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow kind of a thought. It's not reality at all, you know? Like I told you guys, if it were all about what I liked, I'd play more retro fighting games. I'd play a lot more RPGs. We'd have a lot more hangout style sessions, but they don't always work. I have to play what people are going to show up for, you know? Playing whatever interests you most works if you're streaming for yourself. I'm not streaming for myself. I'm streaming for an audience. I'm streaming for someone who's here to watch, engage, and support what I'm streaming. So I have to adapt to that audience to give you what you want. That's the whole point, or else why am I broadcasting? I could be playing it offline. What about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? What about it? We played it. No one liked it. I was enjoying it. People stopped showing up for it. I stopped playing it. This is all so easy to figure out. But then you ask questions like that. It's like, were you here for the streams? Oh, no, I wasn't. Well, that's why I'm not playing it anymore. You should have been here for the streams when it was new and I was playing it. You didn't show up. I'd be crazy not to play the new Yakuza game. The new Yakuza game isn't new. It's old. It's Kiwami. Kiwami is a redo of the third one in the series, you know? Broden, I agree with you there. He says, if you wanted to be playing the new viral games and getting in the algorithms, you need to be more aware of that stuff. Be aware of your peers and what's going on. I'm with you there. I 100% agree with you. Do you have recommendations on how to do that? Right? Do you know a listing of like, here's the hot new game? Do you know what creators are the ones that are on top of that stuff? Maybe I got to pay attention to that. I'm with you on that. I would love to be more in line with what's hot and new in 2026. Usually it's my audience who comes and tells me that. But maybe I should start seeking it out myself. I don't know. I did not play System Shock 2, Tobamaru. We only played the remake of System Shock 1. And we never finished it. Nothing here says maybe a mix of viral games, but then doing streams where it's more about games you like Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I would love to go back to the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection that I bought and do a playthrough of either Final Fantasy 4 or 6 in that collection. I would love that, 100%, really. But would people be there along the ride for that? I don't know. I'm down for that. The thing is, I can't do that right now. We got to go through Expedition 33 first, because we can't be doing more than one of the same genre of game, and it's definitely the same genre. So let's get Expedition 33 wrapped up with all the content, and then I'm down to do something like that. Thank you, Dylan, for $2. He says, got to make money. If it ain't hot, it ain't hot. There you go. See, then I get a contradictory message like this from Acadian Kick. He goes, why aren't you playing Street Fighter 6 again? You literally, the feedback is you should be playing things you like. We wish you would play more things you like, then we would, you would maybe be more successful. I disagree. Then I get the feedback, well, you're not playing Street Fighter 6. Oh, you mean the game I hate? The game I literally told you a million times I hate? The game degraded in the 2 years it's been out. The gameplay loop is boring and repetitive and the same for every single person who plays it. Even the FGC agrees and are saying that the game is burned out and boring now. And now you want me to play more of that? No, I don't want to. So, do you see the conflicting feedback I get? Oh, play more of what you love, because then people will show up. So then I play Tainted Grail, I play Power Wash, and the streams are dead. So then, oh, well, you should be playing Street Fighter 6, but I hate Street Fighter 6. I don't want to play Street Fighter 6. I get no enjoyment out of the game. It's boring. At least with Black Ops 7, for as much as I'll agree with everyone, it's the worst Call of Duty in many, many years, I still get some enjoyment out of it. If I get something going, I get a kill streak or I get a positive kill-death ratio or whatever, I do actually like that. I get some endorphins in me. I'm like, ooh, I got a little bit of an adrenaline burst. I enjoyed myself playing Call of Duty. I just don't get that playing Street Fighter 6 anymore. It's boring. I really just don't want to play it. And I think, again, you got to listen to what I'm saying. He goes, why is it the viewer's job to figure out what you need to do to succeed? I understand that your viewers are your lifeline of the online content, but you're the pilot of the ship. Yes, but then when I pilot the ship in a direction, people complain. They don't want it. Like right now, I like Tainted Grail. I like to play more of it. Right now, I like Expedition 33. I'd like to play more of it. I'm enjoying the chill vibes of Pokemon. I'd like to play more of that. Okay? If all I did was play those 3 games, I'd fail. So I can't just pilot the ship. I can't just pilot the ship because people need to actually show up for the content and engage and support it. That's like saying I'm the captain of the ship, but I want to sail it somewhere no one wants to go. Then what's the point? What's the point of me captaining the empty ship? I need people to be on the ship, or what's the point of doing it? That's it. That is such a pipe dream and such a silly thing to say, that you're the captain, you just do it all yourself. That's not how it works. I've learned this over the 17 years I've been a creator. You have to listen to your audience. You have to take in constructive criticism from those who want you to succeed, and you have to adjust to the times and on the fly and do things that people are asking for. It doesn't always work, but it's much better to listen and to react and to do things people want than to just be stubborn and obstinate and be like, I'm in charge, I do what I want. That's a good way to fail. That's a very good way to fail, because then you don't know why you're really even doing it. Again, the streams aren't just for me. They are for me, and to the extent that I want to be enjoying what I'm doing, but they're for you. I'm streaming for you, an audience. Or else I should just play the stuff offline. You know what I'm saying? There's not much that you can do in that regard. There's got to be feedback. There's got to be criticism and constructive criticism and course correction. All of that has to happen. It can't just be, I know everything from the get-go. I'm smarter than everyone. I'm better than everyone. Just listen to me. I know better than you. That's a horrible way to conduct a stream, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I've learned from experience. Like, that's not just me guessing. That's my experience now, okay? Hold on. I just got 500 kicks from Michael Knight. Let's get an animation for you, Michael. I think this is our first kick animation. Here we go. Thank you to Michael Knight. He says, I'm a veteran that served in Iraq. The fireworks animation is triggering. You think fireworks are triggering? I mean, no offense, but then what do you do for the 4th of July? What do you do for New Year's? Like, there's fireworks constantly during those events. So I'm not really sure, like, what to do about that. Honestly, like, I appreciate the feedback, but I'm not going to take fireworks off of my stream that aren't even loud, that actually directly tie in with a holiday that's happening or about to happen. And it's kind of a big ask, don't you think? I'm just saying, like, that seems pretty unreasonable to say, oh, well, you know, fireworks trigger me. Yeah, but everyone around has fireworks anyway, so what do you want me to do about that? I know he's probably LARPing. I'm not dumb. I know he's probably, you know, lying about it too. Because that's what someone just said. He says he's probably LARPing. I know. I'm not dumb. 99% of the people on the internet LARP. They just make shit up and they're not truthful about what they're saying at all. No, but to be frank, here's the best way to answer that. I'm sorry. If you really have PTSD, I'm sorry that happened to you. Thank you for your service. But please understand that I can't dictate my business off the request of a single viewer. People in general like to celebrate the 4th of July and New Year's with fireworks. I think it's a perfectly acceptable animation to have on the stream. No, I'm not going to change the entirety of my content for the request of one viewer. Okay, so I'm sorry if it triggers you. I would say come back in February when the fireworks are gone from my streams. Veggie, thank you for another super chat. He said, I think the main issue is being a diverse streamer. Your audience likes all different kinds of genres. It's hard to find games that most people will like. I mean, that's very true. Being a variety streamer like I am, it is very challenging to find something that everyone is going to like, right? It is. And where I find a lot of success and have found success in the 17 years that I've been a creator is that I do so much variety. There's something for everyone. Like right now, we're going to play Arc Raiders. If you don't like Arc Raiders, you could come back tonight for Call of Duty. If you don't like Call of Duty, you could come by tomorrow and we're going to do Clair Obscur and we're going to do RimWorld. There's also going to be Pokemon this week. Everything is different. So there's a little something for everyone. And even though on any individual stream, I may only have a few hundred viewers, in reality, I have an audience of thousands who come by for the games they like. Okay? There's never going to be a situation where I'm going to please everyone all of the time. That's just not possible. I agree with you there. But right now, we're just in a unique situation. It's the end of the year, and a few of the things that have been working have kind of petered out. They've died in their momentum. We need to find things to replace them so we can start the new year with good momentum. I don't want to have a bunch of dead streams of games no one wants to see anymore, which is why I'm asking you guys, particularly, what's the new stuff you would like to see either this week or starting next week? Because now we have opportunity to jump into new content, and that's what I'm trying to get at here. Okay? Cabal says, the core audience turns up for a lot of stuff, though. I don't like most of the games Phil's playing, but watching Phil playing them is different. Well, there you go, too. And I do feel like there is core audience that's there for everything. Then there's audience that's there specific for certain games they like. There definitely is a difference in the audiences. Yes, 100% I agree there. Okay, so my apologies because I've got a tickle in my throat right now. I'm trying to clear it. Here's what we've determined. Number one, there are games that I'm liking in the rotation. I just wish more people would like them. Expedition 33 is one of my favorite games in many years. It's hard to get an audience for it. I know I'm not always going to get a big audience for it. I'm okay with that as long as the audience that is showing up is engaged and are supporting it. So let's keep that momentum going. With Tainted Grail, it's a game that I'm liking. Some people are liking, some aren't. We are going to give it another go on a late stream. Let's see if the late night audience is more apt to that kind of game. And if not, if we have to move on, we have to move on. Let's see what happens on Friday. Arc Raiders seems to be working. Let's keep that momentum going. Let's have a fun interactive stream today. Let's try to find those rusted gears. I need feedback on how to find them. So that's my objective to start and go from there. That should be fun. Call of Duty, again, it's an experiment. We're trying it again tonight to see if we can get attention on it again. At one point, it had attention, and then it petered out, but I think it was because I was sucking and couldn't get anything going, and I was just raging. Now, if I'm actually doing well, because I don't have input delay, because I have surround sound, because I got a great keyboard and mouse to play it, maybe it'll do better. Maybe people will actually like it in the rotation again, right? And then we're going to try new stuff. We're going to try RimWorld. We're going to see if that will work. I hope it does, because you guys have asked for it so much this year. I really, really hope that RimWorld will work tomorrow night. All right? And thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for the early support today. I really appreciate that. Again, show up for, engage with, and support what you like. I'm doing a variety of content right now. I'm trying new things in new time slots. Please be here for the stuff you want. If you've been asking for RimWorld all year, please be here for RimWorld tomorrow. If you wanted Call of Duty and you're sad that I stopped playing it, please come by tonight to watch Call of Duty. That's how I know what you want, okay? When people say they want something and I do a stream of it and it fails, yeah, that's disappointing. That makes me feel like I came up short, and I feel like I should have done something different or I could have done something better. But it's really hard to gauge. A lot of the things that I'm trying, people said they wanted, and then they don't work. I'm like, oh man, we'll have to see. Okay? Okay. Any last minute stuff anyone wants to talk about before we adjourn? Someone claims they sent a tip, but I did not get it. I'm checking right now. I did not receive any tip. So I don't know what you mean, but I didn't get it. Yeah. How did you send the tip? Via PayPal? Because it did not come through. Exactly. Nothing here. I think, okay, I have to make a point now, and I hope that no one takes this the wrong way, but you have to understand I am a smaller scale creator. I am not a creator that has thousands of viewers at any given moment. I don't have enough organic viewership that I can do whatever I want, and I'm safe. I'm just not. I have to actually change what I do depending on who will show up for what. So if you want something badly, and you want to see it succeed as content, and you want to see me play it and or do it, I need that level of engagement and support to know that. It's not just ask for it and it's going to happen no matter what, you know? I do need to have people show up. Guys like Asmongold can literally do whatever he wants all day, and he has tens of thousands of viewers. He could scratch his ass and fart on stream, pick his nose, drink soda, talk shit about random people, just read news articles. He can literally do whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. He gets that level of engagement and support no matter what he does. I don't. So I need to pick and choose the things that people will actually engage and support. You get it? So that's what I mean. Like, don't take it for granted that, you know, it's not that I'm not doing stuff because you want it and I just refuse to do it. It's that I got to do what people will be here for. You know, I've had a good 15 years of doing this for a living now. And I've had to listen to the trends. I've had to adapt. I've had to change on the fly and do things people want. That's how you get success at a level that I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Exactly. It's continual improvement. It's listening to feedback. It's not just blanketly doing what I want without taking in feedback. That would be pretty stupid. It's not, oh, I captain the ship and I just can do whatever I want at any moment. That doesn't work. I know it doesn't. I've tried it. Okay? But that's the thing. I do feel like there's people, they ask for something, they're vocal about it, they want it, but then they don't actually show up for it, and then they wonder, oh, see, Phil doesn't listen. Well, no, I did listen. And I tried it, but it didn't work because no one showed up. I don't know what to say about that. You know, I really don't. I need people to buy into the stuff that they want, to be here for it, and I hope you get that, okay? All right. So there will not be a podcast tomorrow. There will be a podcast on the 1st of January. We will celebrate New Year's together on the Level 1 podcast. And we'll talk about, obviously, how all the streams did today and tomorrow. You know, let's go. All right? Let's do it. Let's start the new year running, hit the ground running, and have a great positive time together. Fair enough? Okay, folks. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for 2025. I want to say thank you for an outstanding year. This year has been absolutely great. Overall, I had the best time gaming, hanging out, and making content with all of you. No matter what it was that we were doing, it was all enjoyable. And I hope you understand how grateful I am and what it means to me that you are here day in, day out to chill with me, no matter what it is that I may be doing. Thank you for an amazing year. Let's make 2026 even better. Happy New Year, everyone. I will see you in 2026. Peace out, my friend.